Greetings, Ron Smalek, episode 6 of the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for October, and this episode I'm going to be talking with GranniesGotGame, while in the background you'll just see me building my homes, which are suspended from the underside of cliffs, something I've wanted to do in Minecraft for quite a long time. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. So you've been doing MHC for 4 months, 5 months?
Well, I think my first one actually was Little House on the Prairie.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, I may not do that one. And then you had sent me that message or that comment that said, you really should try this. And so it's like the last minute, I think I said on the first episode, I was like, yeah, I figured like at 6 o'clock at night, I thought, well, surely I could do this, right? I made it 6 days.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty
This
good.
was pretty good. Yeah, it was like more like 5 days and 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think sometimes from just off the top of my head, it seems like you get that unlucky, like you're kind
Yeah,
of down and you get that unlucky mob
yeah,
that's just that skeleton or that creeper that comes up at the last.
yeah, or that hunger.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that one I have to blame.
And and with all that gold too, when I got the gold, I thought surely this means the map is going to be kind to me and let me make it to the village.
That was
And
funny
and I
though.
did make it to the village, but
I I just imagined it from the villager's perspective. You're
yeah,
like crawling into town on your hands and knees, and then you just perish right outside the door.
yeah.
But
The poor,
it was a dramatic choice. It was all scripted, right?
yeah, well, yeah, it was like I was going, and then the blacksmith though he recovered. I hear he married the librarian's daughter recently, so
Oh, there you go.
he got over it.
Now I can't remember. I know you've done a lot of custom apps, and what stood
Yeah,
out for me when I first watched your channel was that you did CTMs, or complete the
yeah.
monument maps, which are notoriously difficult and long.
Long. Oh my God, they're so long. Well, for me especially because I'm so derpy. What was it in Keystone? I was so excited when it came out. I can remember Orange and Fish talking about it on Skype. They'd be talking about let's the finishing things, right? And so when it came out, I just happened to have extra time. I wasn't working at the time. So I was like, "Oh my God, I'm actually going to get to start a map when it first comes out and get some episodes up before everybody else comes through with their, 10 episode finish of the whole monument." And it was just me and Hasenka for like the first, I don't know. I think we had maybe 10, 10 episodes at the most out, and then the flood of all the big guys came through. I think that one, what I did it in what 30 something episodes, almost 40. But
That's
I think the last two or three, I had to do them as a playthrough. I
mhm.
mean, as a tour more than anything else because I'd been on it for a year, including the little time off that I took from it, and I was like,
Yeah,
but I loved that map though. That was a really really ingenious
and
map.
and that doesn't seem like that many episodes for a CTM, to be honest.
Yeah, but people like Rock and Roll for Life who run through it in what 12,
Oh wow.
one episode per piece of the monument, and they just make it look so easy. And I think it took me 12 episodes just to get through the first two sections, and that was mainly because I was just derping around, getting ready and getting killed 10 million times. I think I had over what was it almost? It was over 100 deaths. Because remember that was my thing. It was like, can I break the death counter?
Yeah.
And I had over 100 deaths.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I like that map a lot. And you and I played a CTM together, a short
Yeah.
CTM.
Yeah, the sun and the moon one. That was a nice one.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
Just sort of casual, short one.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too difficult, but we still had to be on our toes.
Yeah. Oh man, remember the first area? It's like
Oh yeah, that's right. The
blades.
spawn with blazes in it.
Yes. I'm like,
Unforgiving.
yes.
And we didn't realize if we had just gone up sort
Yeah.
of up the cliff there would be a nice home there we could have. But we did okay. We
Yeah,
did
and
okay.
it was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. And it's even more fun when you have somebody else because, like, that when I
Yeah.
got that shot of you being shot off the waterfall thingy, and I was going, when I turned around and there you went, and I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna look so good on film.
Oh, glad I could die for your
Yeah,
fans.
my music.
I always feel like, to me, I started Minecraft with maps, and CTM sort of taught me how to play survival.
hmm
But did you play a lot of survival before MHC?
Yeah, actually, when I first started Minecraft, gosh, back in I think 2011. Yeah, because I started my channel in 2012,
Hmm.
and I had already been playing for a while. And so yeah, I was just in my own little world and survival and exploring and all that good stuff. And then was watching people do maps and watching you do your maps and thought, you know, that looks like fun. And finally figured out how to download a map and
Hmm.
get so I could actually play it. And it was like no turning back from that point because it's just so much more interesting when you're following a path that somebody else has put out for you.
A story or
Yeah,
something.
right. And I especially love it when they have storylines, and some of them have really good storylines.
Yeah, and I like your approach. Is each month, at least this year, you've each month
Yeah,
has been a theme,
yeah.
and you don't mind going back to old maps, new maps,
Oh, I have
you know.
such a long list of old maps. That's one thing I'm glad about the new launcher that you can pick your version that you want to play in because I do have a still a lot of old maps that I want to play. I think I'd have to play it on, I think maybe what was it? 5.2 was the last one on the old launcher
Oh, yeah.
because I don't know if they would work in the new launcher or not.
Well,
They might.
this launcher definitely you can go all the way back to beta before even launch
Yeah,
versions.
well, that's what I mean is
Yeah.
that when they made it so that you could pick your version. Matter of fact, I have my little profiles are like they're labeled as like 1.5.2 maps, 1
Hmm.
point, 2.5 maps,
Yep.
6.10 maps, and that's kind of how. And then I have the main one where I do all my updates. That one I have it set to just update as it goes along.
Yeah, I was just literally this afternoon looking through the forum posts from October 2011 to
Yeah,
see if there was any old school Halloweenish maps
yeah,
that might be good to play. And it's funny to look back on. There were like hundreds of maps released every day, and it certainly has slowed down a lot. But
yeah.
I know some of the MHC players play maps, but like Michael and a couple others, I think they don't have much experience with it. I think it'd be fun to do some sort of map with a bunch of MHC people as well.
That would be.
So,
It'd be fun to do a like MHC. I know Michael likes to do it on the seed so that everybody does it on their own so everyone can do it.
mm,
But maybe now that OG has opened the door, he may regret that. Uh, with his very ample server. You never know. We may be able to do an actual MHC where everybody just gets in there and does it at
yeah,
one time. Yeah, but
yeah. I think definitely that's something on my project list for the future is like a as as many people as possible to do
mm,
one just for fun, not really,
yeah, yeah,
not to game the system or anything. But
right, right.
now, did you have a favorite MHC yet?
Oh gosh, I did like the Zombie Life one,
Okay,
and
yep,
that was fun. Especially, that was the one where most of the people did the role playing,
yeah.
which was really fun to watch.
I was nervous about that one because I thought, well, we're going to be stuck in this village without being able to go outside and not use or craft anything. This is going to be the most boring one ever. And I thought, like watching all the videos, like everyone did a different take on it. It was really
hmm
fun.
Yeah, it was, and it was not boring at all. I don't think
Mm-mm.
anybody had a boring episode. in their deal, especially if they were doing the role playing. And it's hard to role play. I tried to role play the whole way through until that creeper blew me up, but it's after the first two or three,
Yeah.
episodes, it's kind of hard to keep in that focus and stuff because you're still concentrating on, surviving.
Right.
Um,
And it's 40 minutes at that point,
and
and you're
yeah,
just talking to yourself. There's no one
right,
to sort of key off of.
right.
What about ideas for future? Are there any that you're afraid of him
Um,
challenging or looking forward to or
well, I was thinking about that this afternoon. Lexi and I were talking about it, and we were coming up with some ideas that we would like to see. Now I know everybody would probably be like, I would like to see one where we try to do the achievement list and
oh,
see who can get farthest along. I know a lot of people probably going, oh, it's old, they've done that.
well, but
But
that
I think it would be interesting. I've never done the achievement list.
yeah, well, and I think with the MHC rules
Mm-hmm.
there, I'm trying to think
Some
if
of it
there's
might.
any that wouldn't be possible, but I think there
Well,
should.
we usually it's just we can't eat the meat.
Yeah.
So we could probably still maybe bend the rules enough to acquire the ingredients we need, but we can't, like consume anything. But
It's an interesting
yeah.
one.
Another one I had was he could drop us in the middle of a root forest and then we have to make like a theme park in the
Hmm.
root forest.
Oh, like
That'd be
a
kind of cool. Like in the Arkansas, in Arkansas, in the Ozarks or something. You know how they always had those little theme parks in the woods.
now, I don't know if he's ever done one with achievements, but as you were saying that too, you gave me idea of build a roller coaster.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking. Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
cool to see a roller coaster kind of going through the trees and up over the rooftop of the top of the trees and back in again and then to ride it?
yeah, it'd be interesting.
And it would involve redstone.
I'm trying to think in 8 episodes. I mean, we'd pretty much have to start with a mine shaft below us
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get tracks because otherwise, I don't think it would be too quick in survival. But I've been wrong before. He's always found a good seed to match a interesting
I
challenge.
know he does do a really good job on finding these seeds, and that's scary right there. I don't like mine shafts. I don't like them at all. So
Those little spiders, yeah.
yeah,
You also play a lot of other non-Minecraft games on your channel.
yeah, yeah. I'm a good old gamer from the time games start. I can remember. I think it was when I was up in Iowa, about 11th grade or something like that, when we got our first computer and you're playing that snake game and everything with the big huge monitor with the teeny tiny screen and the green DOS lettering. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh yeah.
You probably had one.
Yeah. I
And
mean, either TRS was
yeah.
like the green on black, or
Hmm.
Commodore was like the
Yeah.
light blue and blue.
Yeah, I had the green words on black.
Okay.
And
Yep.
my brother and I playing Snake, and then we, whatever the DOS games where it was just typing in and there were no pictures, and then it was the what was it like 8-bit pixels or whatever
Hmm.
games that were coming out and stuff like that. And then of course once things like Xbox came out, I was in heaven.
Oh.
So yeah, so I grew up gaming. I'm a addicted gamer. I'll admit it. And then when I got into MMOs, oh my gosh, and that's my daughter's fault.
Okay.
That's Catherine's fault because she bought me what was it, the Cyan games, the Mist games,
Oh, yep. Yep.
and she bought me the Uru shell pack that had all the Uru deals in it. And so I was playing through that, and then I found out, and I don't remember how I found this out, but I found out they actually had an MMO Uru, um, where you could go and play the Path of the Shell and stuff like that with other people
Oh, I didn't
on
know
like a
that.
server, yeah. So it was called Uru Live, and so I was in there, and that was probably around 2005-ish,
Hmm.
and that's where I met my friends. That we after we left when Uru finally closed down, like gosh, about a year or two later, I guess. Um, and we moved over to Lotro.
Yeah.
Because I know we were in Lotro the end of 2007, beginning of 2008, and we played that until it went free to play, which was probably around 2011-ish, I would think, because that's when I came over to Minecraft.
Oh.
Yeah,
So Minecraft has sort of taken over
yeah,
from MMOs, seems like.
yeah. And I tried to get my friends to come over, and if they all they can see are the blocks,
Yeah.
I can't get them past the blocks. I'm like, if you'd just get in there, you'd see.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got my kids into it, um, and my grandson and stuff. My plan has been for years to get a second computer and a second Minecraft account so that we can actually do playthroughs. But the closest I've come so far is when Lexi's here, and I think there was a couple of playthroughs where you might hear her in the background or we're talking or whatever. She's like co-commentating. Um, well, that's about as close as it's gotten.
Yeah, I remember a couple of those like when I first started watching, but
Yeah.
it's definitely gotten hard to watch all of everyone's videos now
Oh,
because
there's so many.
yeah, especially with
That's
MHC, like the number of people I was watching right before MHC was very down,
yeah,
and now it's just exploded again. So
which is great.
yeah, I definitely enjoy new friends.
Yeah, yeah. And I just don't see how Michael keeps up. I'm thinking eventually he's gonna have to maybe delegate some of that and then you know what'd be neat? Okay, if he delegates some of the like split up the list, delegates it to some people, and then they come on like on Skype and do a roundtable thing when he does his updates.
Oh, that'd be
And then
interesting.
everybody can report on, and then that would kind of take some of it off of him because I'm sure he spends 3 days watching those to get, the update information
Well,
because it's a lot.
he's definitely interested in growing the community, and
Yes.
he says his attitude seems to be, if it gets to the point where I can't watch them all, I'll worry about it at that point. But for
Yeah.
now, he wants more. He wants more.
He
So,
wants more.
and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, he's so funny. We were laughing. I was laughing at him today because I was watching the episode 3 update, and he was talking about, I was complaining about him telling me I was timid.
Oh, yep.
And I was like, well, I wouldn't call it complaining, and if he hadn't done that, I would not have I'd still probably be on the river right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm at like, I think I'm starting episode 5. I've got up to episode 4 so far. Um, I would still be on that riverside. And now I'm like, I still haven't grown my big tree yet. I'm going, oh, I need to do that because it takes probably 2 days. According to Michael, when you do the thing with 4 trees together and the wall around it, it
Mhm.
takes longer.
Well,
I don't know how much longer, but
now I only know that jungle and dark oak you have to put 4 saplings to get a big tree, but I've never really studied that with any other types of tree or anything else.
yeah.
So,
I did it on the equestrian. What month was that? August. Um,
sounds right, yeah.
yeah, where I put those actually 3. I think I had 4 saplings together, put the wall around it, the oak trees, and they grew like what within half a day or something like that. Well, 3 of them did. The fourth one I just took it back out again, but because I was making that 100-year oak by
Hmm.
the river. Yeah,
Well, I'm definitely glad we got a chance to catch up a little bit. I know we've played a couple things, and you've got all kinds of series, so I'm hoping
yeah,
others will hear this and check out some more of Granny's Got Game.
yeah. Well, and next year I'll probably do the theme thing, but it'll be more like on a day. Certain days will be themes
Oh, that's cool.
instead of a whole month. And then that way I can let it slide a little longer.
Sure.
Yeah, because sometimes I'd be like, okay, this month is this, and then I wouldn't get half the stuff done I said I was going to do. So,
Oh, that's fine.
yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'll see you around MHC.
But yeah.
Hopefully, I'll see you at OG's or Michael's little round, whatever. What are we doing? The panel, the panel.
Well, think I see my next building project. Yes, I do.